Hi, do you know there's certain questions in ATM business that you need to know the answers? Stay to the end of the video and I'm going to share with you these answers to questions that people always ask in the ATM business. Hi, I'm Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, and we help hundreds of aspiring ATM business owners go from 0 ATMs to ATM Business Pro in as little as 30 days. Always remember, here at PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Without further ado, the top 5 questions that people are always asking in ATM business that you need to know. Alright, so buying an ATM from somebody, you guys need to know the master passwords, the master binding passwords, and the master passwords just to get in so you can program your ATM. So oftentimes, either buying new or used, and this even happens on new, what happens is you buy an ATM from somebody. They give you passwords. You're new to the game. You don't know what passwords to give you. There's 3 levels of passwords when you set up an ATM. All right? And if you don't have access to everything, if you want to switch or you have to reprogram your ATM for whatever reason, and you don't have the master passwords, you can't get into where you put the master passwords to reprogram your ATM. Now, here's the funny thing, even if you do have the master passwords, there's another level of security that you need to get into. When you get into the master passwords, you need to have a code. If you don't have that code, even though you can get into where the master passwords are, you can't reprogram that ATM. So this becomes a challenge because now whoever you bought the ATM is holding you up. A lot of times those companies, you bought it from somebody, that company goes out of business. They were here today, now they're gone tomorrow, and you don't have the passwords. So Phil, what do I do? You can always call us. We can talk you through how to reset everything, and you can do that, but it becomes a challenge if you don't have it. It's so much easier if you have those master passwords. So the lesson here is make sure you ask for the master passwords for programming the ATM and getting into where you can program the ATM. Point number 2, balance inquiry fee. I see it on the chats. I'm just letting you know, people always want to know, oh, hey, how do I charge the surcharge, what we call a surcharge, for balance inquiry fee? It can't be done. Visa and MasterCard have put parameters that say that you can't charge what we call a surcharge for a balance inquiry fee. Now, banks, they're able to do this on the back end of the deal. So you have a customer, they come up, they check their balance, you don't charge them for that, and all of a sudden they get hit with $1, $2, $3, $4. The banks are the ones that are charging. We don't have the ability on the front end of that transaction to charge a surcharge. It's just because it goes against Visa and MasterCard policy. They wrote the rules, they don't want us to do it, but the banks on the backside, they can do that. It's not fair, but that's what it is. We've been working in the industry for years and years trying to get them to change the rules. However, to be honest with you, if we change the front end rules, Visa and MasterCard, how slick they are, they might change some other rules. So it might just be something we want to leave a sleeping dog lie. So if you're thinking about starting your own profitable ATM business but didn't know where to start, I will share with you our checklist on how to start an ATM business the right way, even if you have 0 business experience. In this checklist, I will share with you the 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business so you can build a passive income source for your family. You'll have a clear roadmap towards ATM business success so you can earn between $250 and $1,500 in passive income every single month. All right, let's get back to the video. Point number 3. SLA, site agreement, location agreement, contract, however you want to call it. It's something that you guys need to have, and you need to put in your location agreement. Hey, if I have an ATM and it doesn't perform, I can take it out for whatever reason or no reason. You need to have something in there, because if you put an ATM in a location and it doesn't perform, you want to be able to take it out. Now, a lot of people out there in TV land, they don't have location agreements. I don't know why, it doesn't make sense to me, but they don't. And then they're like, I made a handshake agreement, ATM's not making enough money, I want to take it out, I feel weird. It's like, you don't have an agreement, take it out. So, but if you do have an agreement, put it in your agreement. Say, you know what, you can take the ATM out if it doesn't perform, you're like, make sure you have those agreements. Again, they're called SLA or location agreements. Question number 4 is, how do I buy an old ATM, or how do I use an old ATM? Well, here's the situation is, I've seen this before. You got an old ATM in a location, you might want to buy it to get it out of the location. Sometimes it's worth something, sometimes it isn't. But if it is worth something, make sure, again, we're going to go back to master passwords. Make sure you get the master password so you can maybe use that ATM on your route during during another time. Or you know what, if you're just going to use it for parts, make sure you still get some of the best passwords. I've seen this, the guy's excited, he goes to buy the ATM, he just wants to get it out to get the store. And what happens is he don't even have the safe password. He doesn't have the top password. He doesn't have any passwords. And now he just bought a paperweight. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you have everything in case you're buying that ATM just to get the location. Maybe you don't care, but maybe there's some intrinsic value and you could use that. And point number 5, don't continue with a bad deal. What does that mean? That means you make a sweetheart deal to get into some location. Then that sweetheart deal, the guy tells his friend, hey, I just got the sweetheart deal over here for Joe's Bar and Grill. Now Joe calls his friend, Sam, and Sam's got the sweetheart deal, and then it just keeps perpetuating. The sweetheart deal might be like you're giving 50% of surcharge away, you're giving a location, a finder fee, something like no location agreement. Those are the sweetheart deals. And you're not going to want to do that because it makes your business really vulnerable. So maybe you do it once, but that's it. You do it to get in the door, that's fine, but every deal after that, don't make it a bad deal. So if you're interested in starting your own ATM business, I want to invite you to our free checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist. 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business, where I'll share with you the 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business so you can create passive income, make more money, and spend more time with your family. If you're interested, then click the link down below and start your ATM journey today. Again, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, where we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Thank you guys very much.